No one's with me because no one's really with me. It's just me and God. That's what I'm saying. And I'm still alive. This is what y'all been waiting for. Drake, this is what you've been waiting for. Jay-Z, this is what you've been waiting for. Kim, this is what you've been waiting for.
If there was any chance of Kanye and Jay-Z reconciling, it's now gone for good. Because Kanye just put Jay-Z on blast for betraying him and selling out to the elites. Kanye was recently filmed at his listening party in Las Vegas, going off on everyone who abandoned him after Hollywood tried to cancel him last year, and he called out Jay-Z, Drake, Kim Kardashian, and others, claiming they all conspired to take his kids away from him. Meanwhile, Kanye also revealed that his former personal trainer, Harley Pace, who previously threatened he would institutionalize him, followed him to Dubai last month. Kanye even showed a video of Harley looking for him at his hotel in Dubai, and Kanye's team said they are very concerned about Harley's motives and intentions, but that's not all. During his speech at the listening party, Kanye also accused Harley of killing Aaron Carter, and he exposed Jay-Z for allegedly conspiring with Harley to eliminate him too. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's get into it.
All y'all rich got y'all kids in that Zionist school. Sierra Kanye. My daughter ripped up the couches in the house to be able to be with me right now.
After he got blacklisted and deplatformed last year for exposing the system of control in Hollywood, Kanye is officially back, not just on the music scene, but he's also back to calling out the industry snakes and fake friends. Kanye is preparing to release a new joint album with T. Doyne, and he was recently filmed at a listening party in Las Vegas, going off on all the people who turned his back on him, including Jay-Z. Now, to give you a bit of background, first, Kanye and Jay-Z's friendship took a turn for the worst sometime in 2016, and in November of that year, Kanye launched into an explosive speech during his D Pablo tour, exposing Beyonce for buying awards and asking Jay-Z not to have him assassinated.
Beyonce, I was hurt. Because I heard that you said you wouldn't perform unless you won Video of the Year over me and over Hot Line Bling. I've been sent here to give y'all my truth, even at the risk of my own life. Jay-Z called me, bro. You still ain't called me. Jay-Z called me. Hey, bro, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them out my head. Just call me.
Now, Kanye wasn't the first one to suggest Jay-Z and Beyonce have been buying and bribing their way to the top. Just last February at the Grammys, Beyonce raised a lot of eyebrows when she stood up to accept the award before her name was even read.
As we are witnessing history tonight, breaking the record for the most Grammy wins of all time. Be upstanding and show your respect. It's Renaissance, Beyonce.
Also, just days before the Grammys, Billboard published their list of 50 greatest rappers of all time, and they put Jay-Z at the #1 spot, which again sparked rumors about Jay buying accolades. But back in 2016, Jay-Z and Beyonce still enjoyed their hip-hop royalty status, so they were furious at Kanye for saying out loud what everyone else was already suspecting, and Jay-Z retaliated by dissing Kanye on his album 444. On the track Killed, Jay-Z called Kanye insane and claimed he gave Kanye $20 million to keep him on his streaming platform Tidal. The news that Jay gave Kanye $20 million came shortly after Kanye announced he was over $50 million in personal debt. So Jay was basically implying that Kanye should have been grateful instead of ranting against him and Beyonce. On stage, however, Kanye later clarified during his interview with Charlemagne the God that Jay-Z didn't actually give him $20 million out of his pocket, and that the money was part of the touring deal he made with Live Nation. And you could tell Kanye was hurt by Jay-Z holding that over his head.
That concept that you gave me, that he gave me the money, that's what frustrated me, because actually the money he got from Live Nation. Roc Nation was managing me at the time. That's something normal that someone would give someone a touring deal. Mm-hmm. It was a touring deal. But the fact that it was worded that it came from him, I'm a very loyal, emotional, artist person, you know. That made me feel like I owed more than just the money itself, for the fact that it came from him. You know, it just put me under a bit more of a kind of controlled situation. It's like, and I'm only acting out of love. I don't need to be controlled. I just need to be inspired and informed.
Shortly after Jay-Z dissed him on 444, Kanye took matters into his own hands and reclaimed ownership of his music by pulling out his entire collection from TL now over the next couple of years. There were some hints here and there that Kanye and Z had reconciled, and Jay even contributed to Kanye's 2021 album Daya, which sent fans into a frenzy because this was the first time in a decade that these two collaborated. However, Kanye quickly realized that Jay-Z wasn't really looking to be his friend, and their relationship reportedly ended for good in October of last year, when Kanye publicly called out Jay's and Beyonce for being controlled by the Hollywood elites, and he also seemingly suggested that they've sacrificed people for fame and money.
They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Now, some fans were still hoping that Kanye would change his mind and collaborate with Jay on his upcoming project with Tay Doin. However, during his speech at the listening party in Vegas, Kanye confirmed once again that Jay is no longer a friend because he betrayed him and sided with the shady corporate figures who control the industry. Kanye started off by making some comments that got the media to once again accuse him of being anti-Semitic, and he claimed his lawyers tried to blackmail him when he was divorcing Kim Kardashian, threatening he would never see his kids again unless he stopped with what they perceived as anti-Semitic rants. Who make the hospitals, though? Who got the hospitals? He is Z. This is what I'm trying to tell you. He said, y'all saw me and see my kids, all you it. Got y'all kids in that Zionist school. See, Eric Canyon, my daughter, ripped up the couches in a house to be able to be with me right now. All don't know what's going on for real. When I first put the weed up, I was dealing with a divorce lawyer, and I explained to the lawyer what my issue was, and his response was to me, if you keep up this anti-Semitic rhetoric, then you won't see your kids. And I said I couldn't have an opinion, or I wouldn't see my kids. Kanye also pointed out how he was canceled, blacklisted, and deplatformed over a single tweet, and none of his so-called industry friends said anything. In fact, they continued wearing Adidas and Balenciaga brands, who were the first cut ties with him. One tweet, and then A.R. Emanuel put, we got to drop this and I'll just watch now. Kanye has definitely got a point here, because no matter how you feel about his opinions, it's crazy to think he was instantly blacklisted, lost all his contracts, and banned from social media over a tweet. But take Diddy, for example, who was recently sued by multiple women for essaying beating and trafficking them. Only a handful of small companies cut ties with Diddy, and almost none of the industry figures publicly denounced him. And believe it or not, the Grammys recently put out a statement saying they're still evaluating if Diddy will be invited to the next award show. Unlike Diddy, Kanye has never, not once, been accused of SA or DV, and yet all it took was one tweet for him to almost lose everything. But Kanye didn't stop at just calling out corporations. He also named Jay-Z, Drake, and Kim Kardashian, implying that they've all been conspiring and hoping for his downfall. And he again talks about who really controls the government in Hollywood. This is what you've been waiting for, Drake. This is what you've been waiting for, Jay-Z. This what you've been waiting for, Kim. This what you've been waiting for. God runs the world. Then under that, you got 1,000-year-old families, Mitchie. Under that, you have the Vatican, the Pope. Under that, you have the financial groups that control all your BlackRock Vanguard. After that, you have Putin, you have Trump, you have all this, and after that, you got what all this is in. Entertainment Hollywood. Take that, run that back, run into schools. And then Kanye mentioned his former personal trainer, Harley Pastak, accusing him of killing former teen idol Aaron Carter, and claiming Harley followed him to Dubai last month.